clear, accurate, to the point. Now, your no-wait 41 NBC AccuWeather forecast.
Good evening and happy Tuesday. We are continuing to see a really nice sunset here in Middle Georgia on the 41 Sky View from Coliseum Medical Centers in Macon. Clear skies out there right now, but clouds will be moving in a little bit later on this evening. More importantly, though, it's still warm. 60 degrees out there right now. Winds coming from the east around 5 miles per hour. Expect to see our temperatures falling into the 40s overnight. Already down to 55 in Dublin, 60 in Roberta, and 62 in McRae. After midnight, more clouds will start rolling in as a wedge front begins to build into our east. So we will see your temperatures staying mainly in the middle and lower 40s overnight.
In high definition, this is 41 NBC News at 6.
Well, good evening. Thanks for joining us for 41 NBC News at 6. I'm Tucker Sargent. Shelby Coates has the night off. Our top story tonight at 6. First doses of the COVID-19 vaccine arrived at Georgia nursing homes and senior living facilities last week. 41 NBC's Jatrissa Wooten has more from the Carl Vinson VA Medical Center about how things are going since the vaccine was administered.
We received our vaccine last week, and we started immediately.
The first on the list, Dublin VA's healthcare workers. The second, residents in the center's community living center. According to Carl Vinson VA Director David Whitmer, COVID-19 vaccinations were given on Christmas Day. Afterwards, medical staff monitored the patients for 15 to 30 minutes.
And so far, it's been fine. We've had no adverse events at all.
Whitmer says getting a COVID-19 vaccination shot is much like getting your annual flu shot. It leaves a little soreness in the arm. However, he says after getting the first vaccine, you must get an additional booster shot 28 days later.
So when you see a coronavirus, the crowns that are on there, the mRNA vaccine attacks those particular crowns and trains the body's immune system to attack and defeat that virus.
Over 80% of the VA's residents say they want to be vaccinated, including 96-year-old World War II veteran and former Dublin Mayor Dr. Lester Porter.
I haven't been afraid of dying every day, but I did want to get sick and die.
Whitmer says some of the center's African-American population have shown hesitance about receiving the shots. And he says it's for a good reason. Whitmer says African Americans have been subjected to unethical medical experiments in our nation's history. For this reason, the Dublin VA is stepping up to ensure the safety of all staff and residents.
I feel very confident in this vaccine. I will be taking the vaccine myself later this week.
In Dublin, Jatrissa Wooten, 41 NBC News.
And Whitmer says they received the Moderna vaccine because it's easier to store and transport to rural area centers. Well, Macon Bibb held a ceremony this morning to celebrate Crime Stoppers' 20th anniversary. 41 NBC's Peyton Lewis has more on the celebration and what it means to Middle Georgia.
Going to call today Macon Regional Crime Stoppers today and add to it, this is Warren Selby Jr. Day.
A ceremony at the Macon-Bibb County Government Center celebrated 20 years of Macon Regional Crime Stoppers Tuesday, honoring the organization's service to Middle Georgia. After 20 years of serving the community, Macon Regional Crime Stoppers Board Chairman Warren Selby says he's thankful for the recognition.
Well, it means a lot. As Crime Stoppers celebrates its 20th anniversary of working with the 8 counties that we serve, it's nice to be recognized for your service.
Mayor Robert Rickard officially named December 29th as Macon Regional Crime Stoppers Day in Bibb County. Rickard says he's proud to have watched the program grow.
I can't think of a better proclamation to wind up my time as mayor, because the Crime Stoppers has been a wonderful public-private partnership and very successful.
Since Crime Stoppers started in 2000, the group has served over 11,000 warrants, cleared over 9,000 cases, and made around 6,000 arrests. The program has grown over the years, expanding to more platforms such as phone calls, emails, and social media. Mayor Rickard says he hopes to see more expansion to other digital platforms in the future.
I'd love to see them get an anonymous text line, because more and more young people won't make a phone call. but they'll send you a text.
Selby says he also looks forward to the future of Crime Stoppers. He says their accomplishments wouldn't be possible without the help of the community.
We're looking forward to the new years that come and even being more successful in working in the community.
In Macon, Peyton Lewis, 41 NBC News.
And the program also gives anonymous tipsters money in return for information. In their 20 years, Crime Stoppers has given almost $1 million in paid rewards. If you ever have a tip that could help investigators, call Crime Stoppers at 1-877-68-CRIME. Well, the new year is now just 3 days away, and like most, you probably have some New Year's resolutions. 41 NBC's Ariel Schiller spoke with experts about how to set goals and achieve them in 2021.
New Year's resolutions are known for being hard to keep. Hannah Cespedes, clinical mental health therapist with All Counseling Solutions, says it's important to set SMART goals.
Sustainable, measurable, attainable, relevant, timely.
Jasmine Riley, assistant club manager at Planet Fitness, says many times people set goals for themselves that are too aggressive.
It's making sure that you are being patient with yourself and understanding that you're not where you were before. Fitness-wise, and then being consistent so that you are more likely to reach your goals again.
Riley says it's important to make your fitness goals about you.
Everyone's fitness journey is not going to be the exact same.
She says your workout should hit 4 areas: cardio, upper body, lower body, and core.
To ensure that you're checking all of those boxes, we'll make sure that you are hitting all of those major areas and makes for a well-rounded fitness program.
Many people set New Year's resolutions surrounding fitness, but experts say it's important you have a plan in place for your nutrition as well. Clinical dietitian with Navicent Health Baldwin, Larkin Kelly, says dietary changes are behavioral changes. She explains you're more likely to be successful by taking small, simple, incremental steps.
That is really the best way to adopt new habits and patterns, really make lasting changes to your pattern that can last you on through your lifetime.
She says health goals are not just related to what you eat. Other factors can determine how successful you are with achieving a goal.
Your hydration, how much you're sleeping at night, how mindful and how stressed out you may or may not be. So those are important factors to take into account when you're choosing something to do.
Cespedes says no matter the goal, it's important to be kind to yourself.
We do the best we can in any given moment. And we wake up every day, and every day we have a new opportunity to love and be kind to ourselves. And so what better way to do that than to pursue goals and pursue things that we love and enjoy and that are passionate about.
Because progress is not linear. In Macon, Ariel Schiller, 41 NBC News.
Well, the therapist we spoke with recommends having an accountability partner to help keep your goals. Well, the fate of a potential boost to COVID-19 stimulus checks falls to the Senate. The House passed the increase to individual payments from $600 to $2,000 last night, but Senate Republicans may not support it, even though the president does. Nadia Romero has the latest from Washington.
President Trump continuing his vacation in Florida, golfing Tuesday morning and taking to Twitter to call on the Senate to increase stimulus checks, something the House agreed to on Monday.
2/3 being in the affirmative, the bill is passed.
Now the bill is in the Senate. It's a risky position for Senate Republicans who don't want to disagree with the president and don't want the COVID bill to top $1 trillion. But Democrats are all on board with the increase.
$2,000 stimulus checks could mean the difference between American families having groceries for a few extra weeks or going hungry. The difference between paying the rent or being kicked out of your home that you've lived in for years.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer tried to get the bill passed by unanimous consent, but
is there objection to the modification?
Object.
The move was blocked by Mitch McConnell. The legislation could be voted on later if the Senate Majority Leader chooses. Now, all eyes on how Republicans will respond.
Do Senate Republicans join with the rest of America in supporting $2,000 checks?
How Senate Republicans vote on the measure
Hello, DeKalb County.
could have big implications on the pending Georgia Senate runoff elections 1 week away.
God bless you guys for being out here.
Both Republican Senators David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler support the increase and have been touting the stimulus deal on the campaign trail.
Well, I've said I support it. Look, we have to provide relief to Americans.
From Washington, I'm Nadia Romero.
Well, still ahead on 41 NBC News at 6. It's Tuesday, and that means health inspection scores. Restaurant report card is after the break. Plus, with everyone having to quarantine for most of the year, there were a lot of people who got creative to pass the time. We'll have a look back at the top viral moments of 2020.
Get news anytime on 41NBC.com and the 41NBC News app. 41NBC. Clear, accurate, to the point.
Two Broke Girls, weekdays at 12:30 on 41 NBC.
In high definition, this is 41 NBC News at 6.
Well, it is time now to take a look at the latest food service inspection scores from around Middle Georgia. No bad scores this week, but here are the few that didn't have a perfect inspection in this week's restaurant report card. I'm Tucker Sargent. This is Restaurant Report Card. We start in Houston County. Hardee's on Watson Boulevard in Warner Robins scored a 99. Burger King on North Center Street in Thomaston scored a 97. Subway on Highway 80 in Jeffersonville scored a 97. Over to Villageville, Octagon Extreme Cafe on North Columbia Street scored a 96. Huddle House on Roberson Mill Road scored a 94. Sonic Drive-In on Highway 19 North in Thomaston scored a 93. Trackside Pub and Deli on West North Central Avenue in Tinnell scored a 92. And Hardee's on North Davis Drive in Warner Robins scored a 91. That's all for this week. Until next time, this has been Restaurant Report Card. And you can see all the scores each week at 41NBC.com. We also provide a link there so you can search for and read entire inspection reports. Chief Meteorologist Cecilia Reeves joins us now with the latest look outside.
We've got a nice evening here in Middle Georgia on the 41 Sky View from the Houston County Galleria overlooking Center Park in Centerville. We are expecting to see some clouds move in overnight tonight. We're also watching the potential for some strong and severe storms possible by later on this week. I've got the full forecast coming up next.
For weather updates on the go, download the 41NBC AccuWeather app and follow 41NBC on Facebook and Twitter.
Weather brought to you by Bucky Holland Heating and Air and Carrier. Turn to the expert.
Now, your 41NBC AccuWeather forecast, presented by Bucky Holland Heating and Air.
Welcome back. We are seeing the end to a beautiful sunset right now in Lawrence County on the 41 Sky View, courtesy Georgia United Credit Union in Dublin. Clear skies out there right now. That's going to give way to some more clouds a little bit later on tonight, but still something to enjoy at the moment. 55 degrees, so staying warmer than normal once again for today. Dew points are in the mid-40s, so the weather actually not bringing us too dry of air, which is some pretty good news considering that in December is typically when you see some pretty dry air across the area. We did manage to warm up to 69 degrees today, so another day where we are seeing temperatures well above normal, even after starting out in the 30s. We are going to see 40s overnight tonight as that cloud cover starts to move in. That's going to help to keep us a little bit on the warmer side. Right now sitting at 60 in Macon, 59 over in Birmingham, and still in the upper 60s in places like New Orleans and Houston. As we head through the next couple of days, we are going to see some changes, though, to those temperatures, starting with a cooler day for us tomorrow. We have been seeing that cloud cover through parts of Tennessee and North Georgia today, but really the bigger story is all of the snow in the middle of the country. So pretty much from areas of Missouri all the way up to Minnesota and the Dakotas, we have been seeing some very heavy snow. That's now pushing into the Great Lakes region, and all of that system associated with our next cold front, sort of. That's just out to our west. The bigger deal for us tomorrow, it's going to be that high pressure off to the east, sending in that chance for some showers through the day tomorrow. So that's going to set up that wedge, and that's going to bring us some cooler temperatures with highs in the low 60s, clouds all day, and that chance for showers mainly east of I-75. As we're moving into Thursday for New Year's Eve, just know if you're headed out, you need the umbrella because we're going to see that chance for off and on showers through the evening. We're also going to watch out to our west where that cold front is in that area of low pressure for the best chance for severe storms on Thursday evening. Tonight, though, no issues. 42 degrees our overnight low. Clouds will be on the increase, staying a little bit on the cool side, though. Through the day tomorrow, though, we get back into the low 60s. So it's going to be about 10 degrees cooler through the day tomorrow with the clouds and the scattered showers that'll be moving in. As we are heading into Friday, this is actually going to be our better chance for some severe storms. So you'll see the chance for thunderstorms for New Year's Eve, but severe weather is going to be possible Friday afternoon. You see as that cold front gets a little bit closer. So we are going to have to watch that very closely. Damaging winds are going to be number one. Isolated tornado can't be ruled out. And you see how that rain just kind of hangs out over middle Georgia. We could see some very high rainfall totals through the next couple of days. So this is looking out New Year's Eve. Once again, that area of threat is going to be to our west. However, New Year's Day moves into middle Georgia. Damaging wind gusts, heavy rain, and an isolated tornado threat can't be ruled out. And I know it's just right now east of I-75, but depending on timing of everything, we could see that be all of middle Georgia through the day on Friday. As far as rainfall totals, once again, could be impressive. Anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rainfall will be possible between now and the end of the week. In just 10 seconds, I'll look at our 7-day forecast.
Bucky Holland Heating and Air, Middle Georgia's largest replacement dealer, was voted #1 by the viewers of 41 NBC. Bucky Holland Heating and Air and Carrier, turn to the experts. And here's your 41 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast from Bucky Holland Heating and Air. We're going to see that chance for some showers moving in tomorrow through the day. It's going to be a little bit cooler thanks to the cloud cover, but through the end of the week, temperatures warm up back into the 70s by Friday. Of course, we're looking at a better chance for thunderstorms and even some severe storms by Friday afternoon.
Just ahead, the worsening COVID emergency in America's most populous county. One nurse now calling it a war zone. And we're on board as Boeing 737 MAX returns to regular service tonight on Nightly News.
If you have a suggestion or comment about a story, 41 Feedback is your chance to be heard. Call or log on today.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Well, with millions of Americans forced to adjust their lives due to the coronavirus pandemic, there were plenty of opportunities for people to get creative in how they dealt with staying at home, social distancing, or just passing time. Jeremy Roth shows us moments that went viral in 2020.
2020 was a year unlike any other. That goes without saying. So it makes sense that a lot of the year's trends and viral stories followed, well, the same trend, pandemic life. And probably the biggest trend therein was masks. They were everywhere. And while most were purely functional, some couldn't help but make them fashionable.
Who are you wearing on your face?
Others made them funky, both figuratively and literally.
It smells just like our bacon.
One person even paid $1.5 million to have their mask encrusted with diamonds. Sheesh, talk about putting your money where your mouth is. Social distancing became a way of life and people got creative. Hug walls became a thing, plastic barriers with built-in sleeves that allowed loved ones a much-needed warm embrace without being in your face. And cardboard cutout standees became stand-ins for absentees at family functions. Business owners showed no shame in their social distancing game. Some restaurants used dummies to dumb down their seating issues. Other businesses started thinking outside the box by putting patrons inside boxes, or inside igloos, or bubbles, which was an idea that popped for rock band The Flaming Lips, who put on shows at venues literally bursting at the seams with bubble-bound fans. For Halloween, the term masks took on a whole new meaning, with some trick-or-treaters getting their candy fix via hands-off innovations like candy shoots, candy catapults, and candy cannons. But hey, there were plenty of viral stories in 2020 that were non-COVID related, and some of them weren't pretty. A sculpture in Spain went viral after it underwent a restoration that was not great. The botched job drew swift condemnation from artists and, of course, swift ridicule from the social media set. Some stories were adorable, like this 4-year-old Connecticut girl who went viral by recreating beloved movies such as Braveheart, A League of Their Own, and The Shining. The family turned the fun into philanthropy, linking the vids to a donation site that has since raised more than $33,000 for families in need. Some viral stories were inspiring, like this trio of teen fishermen who set sail off the coast of Maine and reeled in a 700-pound bluefin tuna after an intense 7-hour battle. The 9-foot fish was towed to shore where it landed the teens another big score, a cool $2,000 from a seafood distributor. And some viral stories were just plain weird, like the appearing, disappearing, reappearing monoliths. The unexplained bizarre figure first showed up in a Utah state park. Was it left there by artists, aliens, or just really big Stanley Kubrick fans? Thrill seekers came from all corners to catch a glimpse, but just as mysteriously as it appeared, it suddenly vanished, only to pop up later in California, Nevada, Romania, Britain, etc. This last story gone viral seemed to capture the vibe of 2020 perfectly. A couple forced by the pandemic to postpone their wedding plans were finally tying the knot, bringing a ray of sunshine to a cloudy Massachusetts day when, during the groom's speech, 2020 just couldn't hold its peace.
2020 has not been the best year.
The happy couple pressed on and ended up with a wedding day to remember, but if that combo of communion and chaos doesn't sum up 2020, then I don't know what does. In Atlanta, I'm Jeremy Roth.
And when we come back, a final look at tonight's forecast with Cecilia. You're watching 41 NBC News at 6. Stay with us.
The best stories come from you. If you see breaking news or have a news tip, call the 41 NBC Newsroom at 1-866-901-NEWS.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on 41 NBC.
I'm Shelby Coates. The fight against COVID-19 continues, and now is the time to take action. The two best ways to stop the spread are wearing a mask when you're out in public or if social distancing is difficult, and wash your hands. Remember to stay home if you're sick. COVID-19 symptoms include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Only leave your home to seek medical care. Watch 41 NBC News for continuing coverage as we work together to keep your family safe. Mask up, Middle Georgia.
In high definition, this is 41 NBC News at 6.
Taking a last look at weather this evening, we will see more clouds moving in, especially after midnight. That's going to help to keep our overnight temperatures a little bit on the warmer side in the 40s. Clouds will be sticking around tomorrow with a chance for some showers as well. Also want to note, once again, our chance for severe weather is mainly going to be on New Year's Day. So be ready with a way to get your severe weather warnings for Friday. We will see the potential for damaging wind gusts, heavy rain, maybe an isolated tornado, but we're going to continue to update you on that severe weather forecast both here and on 41NBC.com.